An American blindfolded, handcuffed, and behind bars. Russia's Federal Security Service releasing this video showing what they say is the detainment of a 33-year-old woman with dual Russian-American citizenship. NBC News confirming her identity with a senior U.S. official as ballerina Kseniya Karolina from Los Angeles, who obtained her American citizenship in 2021.
She's just a sunshine. She brings good energy, kindness, love everywhere where she shows up.
Russian officials say she was detained on suspicion of treason for allegedly raising money to support Ukraine's war effort, adding, while in the U.S., she repeatedly took part in public actions in support of the Kyiv regime.
We are aware of the case. We are seeking consular assistance that has not yet been granted.
The State Department now cautioning the support they can give this dual citizen may be limited.
Russia does not recognize dual citizenship, considers them to be Russian citizens first and foremost, and so oftentimes we have a difficult time getting consular assistance, but we will pursue it in all matters where a U.S. citizen is detained.
Karolina detained in the Russian city of Yekaterinburg, the same city in the Ural Mountains where Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich was detained on charges of espionage last year. Today, a Moscow court rejecting an appeal from his legal team, ruling the journalist will stay in custody pending a trial. Gershkovich and the Wall Street Journal have strongly denied the allegations of spying.
We're disappointed but not surprised by the outcome of the hearing. As you've heard me say many times from this podium, the charges against him are baseless. Russia should immediately release Evan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan, and the United States will continue to work towards securing both of their freedom.
And Ken Delanian joins us now. Ken, how is the White House reacting to this news of yet another American being detained inside of Russia?
Ellison, White House spokesman John Kirby issued a stark warning to any American or dual national who remains in Russia. He essentially said, get out now. That's what the State Department advises. They're saying Americans should not travel to Russia. They are at risk, Ellison.
And listening to your piece there, it was interesting to hear the State Department talk about the difficulties they have negotiating when it comes to someone who has a dual citizenship because Russia doesn't recognize the other citizenship. But when we're talking about people with American citizenship currently detained in Russia, we are also talking about people who solely have American citizenship. Evan Gershkovich, Paul Whelan, others. You think back to WNBA star Brittany Griner. She was exchanged for Russian arms dealer Victor Bout, and that gave a lot of families hope that maybe, particularly when it comes to Paul Whelan, that could happen for their loved one. Is there any hope right now that we could see another exchange, be it for Paul Whelan, Evan Gershkovich, or this latest detainee?
Well, there's always hope, Ellison, and that's certainly what U.S. officials have been trying to negotiate. The problem is that arms dealer Victor Bout was the top priority for the Russian regime to retrieve. He had been in prison for many, many years in the U.S., and there really is a lack of high-profile Russian detainees in prison in the United States. Certainly no senior Russian spies that we're aware of. It's such a dearth that, in fact, U.S. officials have been trying to search around the world to see which other countries have attractive Russian detainees that they can possibly swap. For example, Germany has a very high-profile spy in their custody. But that's really the problem, is that they keep grabbing Americans, and the United States doesn't really have Russians to exchange, but they are still trying to negotiate, Ellison.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.